Do you want to know how to win a government contract in 5 days or less? This video is for you. A lot of you folks who watch our content, right? Now, I'm not trying to call all you out, but some of you guys have been watching our content and you're like, Wesley, I've had a cage code for a year, 2 years, 3 years. And Wesley, the reason I haven't won a contract is because I haven't even submitted a proposal yet. This video, I want to break down how you can get your first proposal submitted in the next 5 days or less. First of all, you could do it in 1 day, but I'm gonna give you guys a little lax time schedule and give you 5 days. 5 days you can submit your first proposal, but here's what you need to understand. There's 3 steps. So there's 3 steps you gotta do in a 5-day period. That's all you gotta do. So step number 1, and again, I know this might be a little advanced, so if you don't have a cage code right now, I'm not gonna say this video is not for you, but you might struggle with what I'm about to say. If you don't even have an LLC right now, this video is gonna be advanced, okay? We wanna make sure we're targeting people who need our help, okay? Step number 1 is to find opportunities on SAM.gov. Step number 1 is to find your opportunity. Now, most of you guys know how to do that. If you don't, I'll give you just a really quick overview. You wanna go to SAM.gov, you wanna click on search, you wanna click on contract opportunities, and then you actually can click on active and inactive at the bottom. If you do that, it shows us 5.1 million results. Now again, you're like, Wesley, oh my goodness, that's overwhelming. However, guess what? Some of you guys have had cage codes for a year or 2 years and you didn't even know how to do that, right? Let me do it again. That's you guys will replay it, but let me do it again. SAM.gov, click on search, contract opportunities, active and inactive. We now have 5.1 million results. So step number 1 for you is to pick something to bid on. All right, you can do that in a 5-day period. You can do that right now while you're listening to me. All right, I'm gonna show you guys a way that we can walk you through it together, but I'm gonna give you the overview right now. Step number 2. So let's say you so happen to decide to bid on ambulance services, right? Step number 2 is now pick up the phone and start making phone calls. Step number 2 is get a quote. So if you're taking notes, step number 1 was pick an opportunity. Step number 2 is get a quote. All right, you gotta get a quote. You really should spend probably day 1 making a list of opportunities. I would say shoot for like 15 or 20 on your list. Now you're not gonna work on all 20 in 5 days. Don't worry about it. You're probably gonna work on 1 or 2, maybe even 3. But you're gonna make a list about 15 or 20 on day number 1. Day number 2/day number 3 is when you're gonna do all your phone calls. Day number 2 and 3, like we said, in 48-hour period, there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to get a quote in 48 hours. So day number 2 and day number 3, pick up the phone. If you're watching me for the first time, I'm gonna say it again, guys. Here's what you wanna say on the phone. Here's what you wanna get out of the phone call. 2 things. Can you do the job? How much you're gonna cost? That's it. Now that's not the exact script, but that's what you want to get. That's what you want to accomplish on the call. I'm calling an ambulance company. Hey, can you do this ambulance services for the VA hospital? Yes, we can. How much are you going to charge me? Boom. All right. That's step number 2. So now you got days 1, 2, and 3. Now day 4 and 5 is kind of, I would say like this. Hopefully day 4, you got proposals coming in. I mean, you got quotes coming in. So day 4, you got people calling you back. You got people sending you the emails. You're checking your email every single day, and by day 4, you should have a quote. You might even have a quote on days 2 and 3, but for sure by day 4, you should have a quote that came back from that subcontractor. Now, day 5, you should be submitting your proposal. So day 5 is step number 3. So remember, y'all, it's only 3 steps. Day number 5 is to submit your proposal. What does that mean? I'll say it again, just rehash it for everyone, for my new people here. A lot of you guys are like, Wesley, if I just knew what to submit, I would submit. I'm gonna tell you right here in this video, you're gonna be submitting 3 things, 9 times out of 10. The government wants to know price, past performance, and technical. What does that mean? Price, how much you're gonna charge. Past performance, what is your experience in what you're bidding on? Or your subs experience. We're using the middleman strategy, right? Your subs experience. And then part number 3 is technical. How are you gonna do the job? How are you gonna cut the grass? How are you gonna deliver the services? That's what your proposal should look like. If you need help with doing a proposal, obviously book a call with us. We got you, we can walk you through it. On Friday, so if you start on Monday, on Friday, you would have submitted your first proposal. Now listen, some of you guys watching us here, you've had your case code for a year, 2 years, 3 years. I've had people call me, I kid you not, I'm not trying to call you out, but I had people call me and say they've had a case code for 10 years. And I say, well, how many proposals have you submitted? Nothing. What I'm giving you here is the framework to submit proposals in 5 days or less. It's up to you to go do it. And I'm gonna tell you guys one more thing here, or two more things here. One, how much money does it cost to submit on SAM.gov? It's free. How much money does it cost to register on SAM.gov? Free. How much money does it cost to call a subcontractor to get a quote? It's free. So it's up to you to make that decision to get going. Now, selfish plug, guys, we do 5-day trainings. Shout out to the 5daymiddleman.com, right? 5daymiddleman.com. If you do want our support in those steps, we can hold your hand and walk you through that process, okay? And I don't know what the next one's gonna be. You gotta go to the website and check it out. But we'll have a training that's a week-long training, 5 days. And guess what? Myself and the coaches in our team will walk you through every step of the process, okay? We actually have some ways of doing it in a group setting, and we have some ways of doing it in a one-on-one setting. So depending on what your time schedule is like, kind of what you wanna do, we can do it in a group setting or a one-on-one setting, depending what you wanna do. But we have that, guys, we have that support. So this is the way to do it. This is the blueprint. If you want to support you in it, just lock arms with us, guys, and we'll see you at the next 5-day challenge. Again, 5daymiddleman.com. Do me a favor, thumbs up this video, subscribe to the channel, and share this video, guys. If you got value out of this, share the wealth, man. Share the wealth. But the reason I'm doing this series or doing these videos, there's so much opportunity. The government spending is only going up year after year. Don't think, oh, competition. It's not like that. It's not like that in this space. There's enough room for all of us. So share this video with a friend. I really appreciate it. We out. Peace.
This is the best decision that I've made in a long time for myself. There's so much information that's being shared with us right now. You know, just yesterday, I had a major aha moment. I know today I expect another aha moment too. Just absorb like a sponge. That's all I can tell you, man. Just absorb like a sponge, because guess what? We all will be next. Guaranteed. We all will be next.
Aha moments, you know, he's dropping golden nuggets. You know, he's doing it again today. But what I liked the most was, you know, I spent time putting together a list of opportunities I was looking at, and we looked at them, and we selected one, and we just kind of talked about it. Did he help me really narrow in and focus on what I need to be looking at? And to me, that's just like, I've already got my money's worth today. I can just stop.
You know, just full disclosure, I had pushed and went all the way through everything: registration, website, NAICS codes, set aside, all of that stuff set up, page code, all of that's been done. Myself, I was at a point to where I didn't know what the next steps were. I asked a couple of questions yesterday, got clarification, and that was great. I didn't ask any questions today. I've been listening, because it's hard to articulate, but it's almost like you don't know what you don't know. But to listen to the other students and Dr. West and the response and all of that, that triggered things for me. I'm like, oh, and I would write something down, or I'd take a note. You know, it's great to come with specific questions, but just to sit and listen to that detail and listen to what some other people are experiencing and some of their questions and challenges, and you can be like, oh yeah, I hadn't thought of that. Yeah, this is a great session. Very happy that I did this.